Back to life! Back to life! Back to reality! Oh, that was so tasty, bro.
Oh, it's so good.
I've been missing the all
we're going to do it all. We've recorded technically 2 videos already. Oh, it's been so good.
Tasty, bro.
Oh, and by the way, may I add, accidental, we both chose Gamer Fuel.
Yep. I enjoy the Gamer Fuel. It's so tasty.
I think it's fitting
Small sugar,
for what we are talking about today. We're talking about part 2 of the zombies maps and how we enjoyed them at their time. So, how we...
Ops Toast.
Black Ops 2, and then we'll make a Black Ops 3, and then I think we'll make a part 4 or anything non-Treyarch related.
Yep.
So we'll have Black Ops 3 in the next Zombies part 2. Part 2. Stop doing your eager face. We've already done SpongeBob. We're done.
Sorry. That Gamer Fuel was awesome tasting.
It's so good.
But that was why we did the zombie intro.
Yeah. And I'm sure you guys heard it. I'm not gonna say what I've done to it.
Hey, you calm down. Sorry.
You want to start tossing? Alright. Well, we got 45 minutes, so let's jump right into this.
Very good.
So in Black Ops 2, there was a big hype for zombies, because MW3 came out the year before that, so we didn't have zombies. So people like me, we were itching to have more zombies at this point.
No zombies?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Survival was a really fun game mode from Infinity Ward. I feel like they should have kept that, and if not that, they should have kept Infection. Not Infection, I'm sorry. They should have kept Extinction from Ghosts.
Yeah.
That was a really cool game mode.
No, that was awesome. I enjoyed it.
That was a cool game mode. But other than that, you know.
Gotta get those burps in.
Yeah. So we had that year gap of no new zombie content, and this is back where Twitter and Instagram wasn't really much of a huge thing yet. So all the developers weren't really tweeting it out per se just yet. It was more just advertising on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Which, if you don't even remember any of the YouTube Black Ops 2 commercials, ooh man,
they weren't great.
I mean, they had some cool ones though. When they're like, "You are the soldier" in multiplayer, and they had regular people running around in multiplayer maps.
That was, I mean, they had a good marketing scheme.
I like how they had like YouTubers at the time. I believe they were YouTubers. I don't remember now.
They did celebrities for Black Ops 3, I believe it was.
Yeah, but then they had one like if you entered a contest, you had a chance to be a zombie. Like they would put your body into zombies and make you a zombie.
Yeah,
which was cool. I wanted to be it, but you know.
Yeah, it would have been really cool.
Imagine, like, I'm always in zombies, boy. Mm-hmm. I am zombies. But, you know, it was cool, and they had these trailers for it. But let's talk about the hype of Black Ops 2 before it launched, and the inevitable downfall of the launch. For zombies in case. Zombies, multiplayer and campaign, masterpieces.
I have to admit, when Black Ops 2 came out, I was across the nation. I was in Oklahoma, I was enjoying my life. I just started kind of getting into zombies. Not very much. I was dabbling a little bit on Black Ops 1, and we had a good time. But I remember there were, like, all these big waves of, like, a push. Like, I'd never seen on Call of Duty before. They were pushing a game.
Yeah.
And since this time, it has always been, in my opinion, not to say Black Ops 2 was bad, because obviously it's one of the better games out there.
I think, honestly, that multiplayer is just so good.
Yeah. It's been one of the better games. But anytime I feel like somebody's trying to push me to buy something, more than just, hey, we have a new game out, they're always trying to compensate for something. And in this game, it kind of had that happen.
Yeah.
Because they were making a big deal out of the fact that zombies were coming back. And it was a big deal.
Because everyone was wanting it.
Yes. And so when they started doing it, they started putting these ads and they started pushing that it was going to be great.
They had Avenged Sevenfold make another song, which was Carry On, I believe it is. That was the Black Ops 2 Zombies trailer. That was what it was playing to. Mm-hmm. Great song. I love it, by the way.
Anytime I feel that pressure, I'm always a little hesitant now because of this game. This was the reason.
It killed my heart because I really was excited for new zombies. I think it was the most hyped I've ever been for zombies.
Well, World at War was your start of zombies.
Black Ops 1.
Well, it was on World at War. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about in the world of Call of Duty, zombies came out in World at War. And the first Treyarch game was actually Call of Duty 3.
Yeah,
that was their first. That was their first game. And so when they came out with World at War, which was it Treyarch, wasn't it?
World at War was Treyarch.
Yeah, because they hadn't introduced the new gaming system yet. They came out with it. It was a whole new territory, and they really they excelled at it. They did very.
It was
good
a
job.
good sequel to CoD 4.
Yeah, they did a very good job. The gameplay itself on the whole front was good. And that zombies was so cool.
And campaign.
And game breaking.
It was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Even when you had horrible graphics, it was a great game. Like on GameCube. Like
I enjoy. They're not bad graphics because what they did, they made it feel really smooth looking.
Yeah, you didn't play it on GameCube.
No, I played it on PS3.
That's what I'm saying. Even on GameCube, you enjoyed the gameplay.
Yeah.
That's how good of gameplay it was. And then right after that, they followed it up with Modern Warfare 2. Which, don't get me wrong, is one of the best games Call of Duty's probably ever made.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's
remembered to this day.
It was so just perfectly made.
1v1 me on Rust.
Yeah, it was just great.
It cultivated.
And so this was the dawn of the era back to the Treyarch zombie campaign.
Black Ops 1 comes in through.
Yeah, I mean, Black Ops 1 was over. Black Ops 2 now is in effect.
Because at this time, they weren't making such a big deal on the zombies.
No.
It was more that side project that they had a couple of people working on that people loved, but it wasn't as big as their multiplayer community. Now, at this point, is it still smaller than the multiplayer community? Yes.
Oh, quite a bit.
But does it have a huge following? Yes.
It was a cult, I would say, cult following.
Yes. At Black Ops 1, it was a cult following. Black Ops 2 introduced it being more of just a following.
Yeah. It turned in from just like every 10 players to 5 out of 10 players were thinking about playing zombies. 4 out of the 10 were playing the zombies.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal, you know. So when you introduce this back into life, you've got this whole new influx of players.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
Then in Black Ops 2, yeah, chair's messed up.
Oh,
dude.
go ahead.
Black Ops 2 comes out, and people at this point, as I said in the start, they were just thirsty for some zombies.
Oh, yeah.
We needed some new
Basically
stuff.
like we were on this game.
Yeah. We needed some new content, because all we had, I'm going to say all we had, because those were just great maps.
There was a ton of maps on
We had Nocturne Tone all the way to Moon. That's like...
If you bought the DLC.
You bought the DLC, which...
A lot of people did. Now, I was one of those people that did not.
Yeah.
So what I had... Excuse me. We had some great food tonight.
Yeah, we did.
You had Nocturne Toten, and then you had freaking 5.
Kino der Toten and 5.
Kino der Toten.
And Dead Ops Arcade.
Did I say Knock? I meant Kino. Sorry.
You had 3 games of Black Ops 1. 3.
I only played the 2 because I don't like the over-the-head
It was cool.
arcade style.
I enjoyed it.
No, it was definitely cool by itself, but we already talked about it.
Yeah.
So, I've had these just 2 maps, essentially, and I figured out most of the maps most of it by then. There's no new challenges because there wasn't Easter eggs at the time. There wasn't anything special really to do. It was just get high rounds.
Yep, have fun.
So now Black Ops 2 is coming out. There's a lot of hype in the
Easter eggs are a big thing.
Yeah,
now.
in the zombie community, there's a lot of hype.
Because I'm gonna say spoiler warning here. So if you don't know the Black Ops 1 Moon Easter egg ending, spoilers. So if you want to pause the video and skip ahead, go another 20 seconds. Yada yada. Yeah. I'm sure you know it if you've played zombies, but the Moon Easter egg ends.
Keep going.
It ends with the Earth actually blowing up. So at this point, now you're on the perspective of a different set of crew on Earth trying to survive a post-apocalyptic Earth, and it sounded really cool. And you're in this. I would call it a suburb personally. There's a town. There's a town. There's a gas station. There's
now you can join in.
Yeah.
And now we've skipped the whole Easter egg thing.
There's a town. There's a gas station. There's a farm. There is a bus depot.
Yeah. These are actual the titles of the
and there's
Black Ops 2. There was of course you had Die Rise,
which is the DLC.
Nuketown Zombies, which was a DLC. The Green Run,
which is the first map and only map to launch with Black Ops 2. Which at first reading you're like, wow, only one map, but they did something different here. They separated the maps so you could play each variant of the map differently. Farm was basically old school zombies, no pack-a-punch, but you had perks. It was basically the Verrückt and Shinonuma equivalent of that game. Then Town was basically the Derisa of that.
And then Bus Depot.
And then you have Bus Depot, which is basically the Nocturne Toten of that.
And of course, you were able to download Origins and Mob of the Dead and Buried.
But we'll get into those later.
The 3 that came with it was Green Run, Town, and Bus Depot.
Yeah.
And then Farmhouse was actually something you had to earn, wasn't it?
No. All those were unlocked automatically.
It was something you had to earn.
No, then they had a diner for a special game that they released later in the lifespan.
Yeah, diner. That's what I was saying.
Which I thought it first was really cool, but people didn't catch up on it, and I don't blame them. It got boring kind of fast. But then there's also my favorite addition to zombies, because we had a ton of zombies content when this first launched. They also had this thing called Grief Mode, which was 4v4 zombies.
Kind of cool.
Which I loved. I was in the top 100 on farm for it.
Yeah.
Which I still can't believe I was that high on there.
Yeah, no, it was impressive. There's also a couple other ones that most people didn't get to play. The Crazy Place, the Power Station, Mob of the Dead, which was one you had to download.
Yep.
And then there was something called Cell Block, which I never.
That was another Grief map on Mob of the Dead.
I never
got to buy Mob of the Dead.
You had to play Grief to play those other ones.
Yes.
So they were maps. I don't have any personal experience with them. I played Town. I played Bus Depot. I played Diner. I played Transit.
Or Green Run. Yada.
Green Run. That's what I played.
And then you got Buried.
And I played Buried. So I played 6 of the 10 maps or whatever was available. So it was cool. The grief was something that kind of caught me off guard. I did not see any like special content about it. I just went into it one day and I was like, why does my stuff keep getting taken? I was so confused.
If you had a squad with you, like I had a squad, I don't remember their names now. I think one was like his name was like Plexus Star or something, and he had 2 other buddies. I can't remember their names. And we just played. We were in the top 100 for farm grief, and it was a blast. I remember that, staying up late at night just playing. It was a good time. So at this time, we had all these different content, but let's talk to the main piece of the resistance of when Black Ops 2 launched, Transit, because that was the big map. Yeah, that was the map people were most excited for.
The previews for it was just
amazing. It seemed like everything would just work out perfectly fine.
It was cool.
This was what Treyarch really wanted to show here. This is the biggest map we've ever made for zombies, and probably the biggest map they've ever made, even when the multiplayer maps were included.
There's a lot to that map.
There's a lot to that map.
For content alone, it's probably the biggest.
Because on Transit, there is the Buzz Depot where you spawn at. Then there's the buildables, which are added into Black Ops 2, which is a whole new feature. Yeah. Then there's, as I said, there's the diner. There's the town. There is a little, not roadblock, but a road tunnel that you can go in there, and then you can buy the M16. There's a farmhouse. There is the original Noctur and Toten. That's in there. There's a little house that you can be in that lets you build the wonder weapon of that map. There's a power station. Yeah. There's the town, and at that point, I think I got everything on there.
It was the most diverse map they've ever made as well.
It was huge.
And the first map they ever included a mobile transportation unit to get to the next part of the map
for free.
For free, yeah. It was the first time they did anything like that. That was really special. I mean, obviously they've done elevators and things of that nature, but to be on the bus
scale,
whatever.
It was a huge map, but at the same time, that's the downfall of this map.
It was hard to get around.
It was ridiculously hard to get around.
Because once you're on it, you're stuck.
You have to stay there.
And
if you want to go somewhere, you have to either wait for the bus or risk it and try to guess where it's at. And now eventually, if you get good enough, you know everything's at. Yeah, you do. But if you don't, which I didn't, you're going to get screwed over by giant piles of lava that are around that somehow the bus can drive right through. I'm not going to mention that.
The physics.
And they have these little things, I don't remember their name, but these little things like that tall that would fly into your face and scratch your eyes out so you can no longer sprint. So when the zombies are running after you, they'd catch up.
I got you.
So there's that. There's a lot of things here. There's some downfalls. The wonder weapon was horrible. It was bad. Getting Pack-a-Punch was almost nearly impossible on solo. Honestly, even on 4-man.
It was such a diverse and I'll say difficult map.
Yeah.
That I only played it twice.
I don't think to this day, I don't think you ever Pack-a-Punched on Transit.
I don't think I ever played with you but one time.
Yeah. And I hated every second of it.
Yeah, it's just a hard map.
It's bad.
But it was so cool in what it was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of people were let down because how just how
we went from Moon, which I think is my favorite map of the game.
Moon's probably one of the best maps they've ever made.
We went from Moons, high up there, and then the hype levels for Transit was like way up here. We're like, oh baby, and then we actually got the game.
The expectations were high. Reality was low.
The drop-off point was huge. It was just a disappointment.
It defeated a lot of people.
Yeah, honestly, at that point, I stopped playing Transit. I didn't play it more than 3 times because I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It bothered me too much because I'm like, this is way too, not difficult, it's too stupid. Where I have to, I have to memorize the entire biggest map in zombies.
Yeah, I mean, if they had some kind of way to where you didn't have to ride the bus to get to the other
If there was no fog,
yeah,
it would have been.
you could probably do it.
Yeah, but that fog is so dense because the map was so big.
Well,
they couldn't render the entire map. And they can't render the map, so they made fog so they didn't help the console.
And they really don't want you to honestly run to the next one. They want you to ride the bus.
They want you to ride the bus,
and it just makes it's part of the game. That's why they designed it that way.
But
now I wish that when you were on the bus, you wouldn't have as many guys spawning on you.
Yeah, there was like I think 7 windows, and there was a window up top on which you couldn't rebuild. I believe.
Yeah.
There were 8 windows in total on the bus that they could crawl through.
Hard.
And the zombies, they turned into Usain Bolt and just went after you.
I got a bus.
And they're like, well, we got legs, and they kept up.
Yeah.
And the moment you dropped off the bus, they went back to their default speed.
Yep, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, if the zombies could do that, why didn't they just do it all the time?
Yeah, it would be much easier to catch you when you weren't on the bus.
Yeah, I mean those zombies are probably running a good 20 miles per hour.
It is what it is.
Maybe even 30.
I mean, I can understand why they did it because obviously if they didn't speed up their speed, when you went to the next town, you'd have these 80 zombies or whatever all behind you. Eventually to catch up with you, make it too easy.
Yeah,
you get so much distance on them.
Yeah,
they didn't have to make them as fast as they did, but they needed to upgrade their speed while the bus was in transit.
Oh, I finally get why they call it transit now.
Yeah. I mean, it had its moments, but
I will say the Easter egg I've heard. I've never done the transit Easter egg because that requires me playing transit. I heard it's all right. It's a good Easter egg. The wonder weapon is trash. Pack-a-punching is super hard. It's just not really a good map. The only good map, the place where you can train is town, and Jug's there. She's like, wow, this must be a great spot. There's no weapons to buy. There's no box location there. There's no nothing there.
It's literally a spot where
it's just Jug.
Yep.
And a buildable location where you can build the wonder weapon. That's it.
Ouch.
The best spot in the game. Not viable because you can't get anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much what you can say about the map.
Yeah.
The best part of the map was not a viable part of the map.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of how the whole map was.
Yeah.
A great map, but not viable.
You know,
followed up by a weak DLC purchase.
Ooh, the start of this game really hurt me in zombies. At this point, I stopped being a solid zombie fan. I just stopped playing it almost.
I kind of switched over to multiplayer with us for a while.
I did. I only played multiplayer at that point.
We had a lot of hatchet matches.
I did not like the zombies in Black Ops 2, besides the last 2 to 3 DLCs.
It was quite weird because, you know, me and William were both multiplayer. William hasn't even come over to zombies yet.
Still won't.
He'll play with us every now and again, but not on normality.
No, he doesn't like zombies.
At the time, we were straight multiplayer players, and I was just barely dabbling in the zombies anyways.
Oh.
And so, when Shae came over, I was like, hey, I want to play some multiplayer with you guys. We were like, huh?
Multiplayer?
You want to do what?
You mean multiplayer zombies, right? Like, no, we're in a multiplayer. Because at this point, Will's never seen me play multiplayer, and you rarely saw me play multiplayer.
Only when I asked you to play with me, essentially.
Because I was always playing zombies at this point.
Oh, he was, and you know, it used to show your round number too. You were always at round 26. I was like, he's not coming over.
Yeah.
He's already too far in. So, I mean, when he came over, he was like, I want to play some multiplayer with you guys. We knew something was up.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't understand it, but now I do. But, so...
Black Ops 2 had a really weak start.
The multiplayer, however, was one of the best multiplayers they ever made.
Oh, that multiplayer. I wish to this day it was cross-compatible so I can play it on PS4. Yeah. It's that good.
It was... It's hard to say exactly what it was like, because we're talking about zombie maps anyways on this, but we got to give its due. That... Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 2, Black Ops 2, those were 2 of the most revolutionary multiplayer games.
Yeah.
I'd probably say of the 2000s.
Yeah.
They changed so much.
Modern Warfare 2, great game, fun as crap. They introduced the nuke.
Yeah.
That's big.
That was huge. I mean, it's still big.
You
can still get it, by the way.
Yeah, World War II has it. You have to prestige all of your divisions at least once before you can even attempt to get it.
Yep.
But Black Ops 2 introduced the rank system. And it still, to this day, ironically, has the best rank system of any Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They did Treyarch did a tremendous job on Black Ops 2 Ranked.
We just wish it would have transferred over into the maps for zombies. It just seems like they were like really focused on trying to capture the multiplayer game because at this time, still Halo's still a part of the gameplay. They're trying to beat Halo at the time still, and honestly, the competition is what made them so good.
Yeah.
If you'll notice, the last 3 games that came out, other than this one that we're playing right now, the last 3 games that came out were kind of trash.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 was definitely the best of them all. I do enjoy Black Ops 3.
Let's see, we got Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare. Oh yeah, Black Ops 3 would fall in the last 3 would.
Yeah.
Okay, last 2.
Last 2 would be Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3.
Okay, excluding Black Ops 3, we've had some trash games. Ghost, freaking Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
They've been trash.
And Infinite Warfare, I'll give it its credit. It's fun. I enjoy it. I own it.
It has its upside, but there's too much downside.
It has a really good zombies.
Yeah.
We'll talk about later.
Too much downside on those. But I can't remember where I was going.
What about Black Ops 2 multiplayer right now?
Yeah. It was still I don't know where I was at. It was still competing with the Halo franchise, and that Halo franchise the fight brought out the best in our designers.
Yeah.
Now that the fight is over, obviously you can tell that the designers
now
have
at this
just
point
we're on top. Wow.
At this point now you can tell that they try to step it up with World War II and Battlefield 1.
World War II really did a great job because Battlefield 1 had such a great output.
Dude, freaking Battlefield 1 is such a good game.
The first Battlefield that they came out with was good.
Yeah.
I just didn't own it. It had normal weapons, the normal common weapons that we have now. It was huge maps, and it's a great game.
That's a completely different feeling than Call of
If you're
Duty.
like, I just play multiplayer, you should definitely go ahead and pick up Battlefield because it's kind of worth your time.
Yeah.
It's got the biggest maps I think I've ever played on.
They don't have kill streaks. Instead, you get to fly actual vehicles like you're in the military or
if you're
Air Force.
so lucky to.
Yeah, if you're part of them.
Yeah, if you're so lucky to join.
But you could. I know in Bad Company 2, you can drive quads. And Battlefield 1, you can ride horses.
Ride horses. You can ride motorcycles with a side carriage. You can drive tanks. You can drive planes. You get to drive a Zeppelin if you want. Or not Zeppelin. What's it called? The Hindenburg.
Yeah.
Essentially, what are those called?
They're
Zeppelins. Yeah.
Yeah, they're Zeppelins.
Yeah. Anyways, you can drive that at one point in time. There's a train you can operate. It's a war train like Hitler had. I mean, they had a great setup. Honestly, they did. And because of their such a big success, when I'm sure they were already working on World War II, so it's not saying that they made World War II because Battlefield 1 did so good. That's not why. But the fact that Battlefield 1 did so good, it boosted the expectation of Call of Duty. So they had to work even harder.
Yeah.
And it shows.
It's a good game. They've had issues.
Again.
Don't get me wrong. They have issues. Bart. Shotguns suck.
Even in Battlefield 1, dude, the shotguns suck. I mean,
they're fun though.
No, they're fun. If you can get in the right situation, you end up with the advantage. I was playing shotgun earlier. I had a challenge I had to play.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting 15 kills with that shotgun, and I had a great time doing it. But in both of those, in World War II and with Battlefield 1, both of them, the shotgun, there's just so much distance in between you and the target, most likely.
I will say though, shotguns and Battlefield 1 are better.
Yeah, but there's just so much more distance.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them as useful. I mean, if you're running a shotgun, you're really just hoping to catch guys off guard in Battlefield 1. Because you're not going to catch them at range. No. If they got you at range, you're dead. Yeah. And, I mean, I played
unless they have a slug shotgun.
Yeah, if they got shotgun, you got shotgun, it's going to be a fun day.
But a slug, if you get a slug,
it's still hard, bro.
It's still hard, but it's a better advantage, you know.
Yeah, you get more distance out of it, but you still don't have the same distance that an assault rifle does.
No, of course
or a submachine gun, or the sniper rifles in that game were amazing.
Yeah.
And honestly, now playing World War II, I know we're getting off
zombies.
We're getting off zombies for a second, but we'll get back on it. The snipers in this new Call of Duty are very, very good. When you play war, you actually have a big enough map to utilize them.
Yes.
And they're worth using.
If you're good at sniping,
that's what I've been saying for, I don't know,
3 years.
Since Black Ops 1, I think, to make the maps bigger distances so you can actually utilize sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Because Black Ops 1 sniper rifles were awesome.
They were good.
I loved them. I used them, and there really wasn't a whole lot of spots to use them.
Array had a good one.
Oh, yeah. Array had a good spot. Jungle had a good spot.
Yeah.
I threw the ACOG on my sniper rifle, and I was very deadly with it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I played on Xbox. But, you know,
The superior console.
I was asking for that for so long, and then Battlefield 1 actually answered the call.
And then Call of Duty's like, okay, we'll step our foot in there a bit and see how people like it.
Yeah,
honestly, War is a great game mode. I love War.
It is the first time, other than World at War, that kind of multiplayer game has been introduced into Call of Duty. It is a
team game there.
World at War was what? That's Call of Duty 5.
5, yeah.
It's like 2005?
No,
2003 is when it started. Call of Duty franchise started in 2003. So it must have been in 2009.
Maybe.
Somewhere in there. I know I was at my new house in Bearsville.
Okay, well, let's calculate. Okay, COD 5, which is World at War. COD 6, which is MW2. COD 7, which is Black Ops. COD 8, which is MW3. COD 9, which is Black Ops 2. COD 10, which is Ghost. COD 11, which is Advanced Warfare. COD 12, which is Black Ops 3. COD 14, which is Infinite Warfare. COD 15 is World War 2. So COD, that's 10 more years. So it came out in 2008.
Yep, November 2008.
Hey!
It did come out in 2008. So yeah, I mean, so it's been 9 years since we've had this kind of gameplay happen. So a lot of people have forgotten. I didn't even get to play the multiplayer in World at War until you let me play it at your house.
Yes.
And by then the freaking thing.
Hackers at galore, but that's a different story.
Now they've come out with War, and there's a whole new generation of Call of Duty players, which we hate.
Yeah.
But they're there, and they don't play War.
No.
You know why? Because it takes a little bit of strategy.
Yeah.
They'd rather play regular team deathmatch, sit in a corner, and let blow guys away as they walk by.
With their bar and STGs.
Anyways. So we play War, and we're giddy. I mean, they have D-Day on it, which is a great... Honestly, if you're going to put a war game in World War II, you better have D-Day.
It's so good.
It's a great thing. When you're attacking, you actually are being American soldiers, rushing the sand.
Also,
it's cool.
Attack side, D-Day, sniper rifles.
Oh, yeah, you can pick some...
Oh, so good.
You can pick some machine... The only thing I have is the machine gunners have a little bit too much health.
I will say, I think they fixed that a bit.
Well, if you hit their head, it's a headshot still.
Yeah.
They did fix that.
They did fix that.
But you've got to hit their head.
Yeah, you have to.
But yeah, they did do help. And I just wish they put hardcore war.
That
would be cool. But
we'll say this.
You know how hard it would be if it was hardcore war?
It would be very difficult.
You would win every time being defender.
Let's just say this, and we'll go back to zombies, because we took a big 15 minutes
10 to 15 minutes.
They just need to bring more hardcore game modes in.
There's only 4.
There's only 4.
We're hardcore gamers.
We're hardcore Call of Duty. Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy, and I don't even remember what the other one is.
Hardpoint? No, not Hardpoint. No. No, it's
Free for all.
Free for all.
So 3 of those you can only play with friends. Search and Destroy gets really boring on hardcore.
When I get home, I have to play a map with you. I have to win a hardcore game.
Okay.
I have like 4 hours left.
Let's do it.
Anyways, back to
zombies.
In Black Ops 2. We've talked about transit. We've kind of talked about farm. Honestly, farm's a small map.
All the rest of them are small maps, so we're going to skip it a bit. We're going to skip those. You know what town is. It's Derice, but not as good.
With lots of lava.
Lots of lava.
Lava's all over the place. It's a problem.
And then Bus Depot. It's Knock, but not as good.
It was fun.
It was fun, but...
It was a challenge.
It was a challenge, but you can't beat Knock, dude.
No, nobody can. It was the start.
Oh, so good. Alright, so we'll go into the first DLC of Black Ops 2, which is the main zombies that I played before the later DLCs came out. Nuketown Zombies.
I only played it once.
Nuketown Zombies... With me, yes. Nuketown Zombies was a very difficult map. But it was...
You know Nuketown is already small.
It's small.
And now you're adding doors.
You're adding doors. And as well, there is no set perk drop. You can get Jug on round 20. You can get Jug on round 5. It's all luck. You can get Jug on round 13, but wait, you're missing Speed Cola or Double Tap, or if you're playing solo, you're missing your Quick Revive.
That's your problem.
That's a problem. Quick Revive on solo is almost the first thing you buy.
I thought that the map itself was really cool. There was a lot of stuff you could do on
I love that every 100 kills, the nuke dial would go up, and you just hear dong.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep, every 100 kills. And if you look on the population sign on the Nuketown, every kill, it would go down, 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 and then another nuke would launch off after 100 kills, I believe, in the background.
I never noticed.
The map progressed, and as well, there's an Easter egg on that map. Not like a step Easter egg, but like an actual Easter egg, where on the TV you can hear everything that's going on Moon.
Oh yeah.
You can hear all the stuff, and that's where the big nuke comes down, and you get a huge smoke cloud again.
And there was something that you could do with the robot too, right? There was like a garage or something. You never saw that? Yeah. There was, I don't remember what. I was watching a YouTube guy, and he did something with there's the shed for the robot in the new Black Ops 3. Well, in Black Ops 2, Nuketown.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That was fake.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was fake.
Okay.
No. People speculated for years on that. They really hope they did something. No.
They should have.
They should have. There should have been a little Easter egg where you opened it like, hey, pack a punch. Even though pack a punch dropped randomly.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it that way, or you could even say when you open it, Danger Will Robinson. Like, what? It would have been hilarious.
You open the door, nothing.
What? There's got to be something in here. Nope.
Or you open it in the game.
Or you open it, and there's an egg on the ground. That would have been funny.
Oh my gosh.
Like, there's an egg on the ground.
One of these days, I really hope Treyarch
throws an Easter egg.
Actually, an egg. It was so good.
That would be great.
All right.
Come on.
But Nuketown Zombies, good. It was difficult. If you want to get better at zombies,
it's a good place to start.
It's a great place to start. No jug. Start off at round 20. Because in Black Ops 2, you could set your round up to round 20. Buy your guns as fast as possible and start training. It is the best way to start getting better at training zombies. Yeah. I did it for a long time, and it's a good map if you want to try to get warmed up first. Now, since we don't have, it's the old consoles, we don't have that anymore. I'd say the closest thing nowadays for getting better at training would probably be either Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil's got some pretty tight training. That's a good one for it. Or
yeah.
Or
if you don't have DLCs.
Yeah, Shadows of Evil is a great place to start for that. Or maybe I don't know. Shadows of Evil is just a really good starter, honestly.
There's nothing wrong with Shadows of Evil. It's got 3 spots that are really easy to train in. You got a couple more spots that are difficult, and you got some really hard spots to train in if you want to really challenge yourself. Yeah. You ended up there a couple times because we played with some of our friends.
I'm like, all right, you go there. That's the easiest spot. Josh, you take that. It's kind of medium. I'll take the hard one.
Josh, you got the docks. Oh yeah, I got the docks.
And I'm like, okay, now I'll stand by the Ruby Rabbit or whatever it's called. I don't remember the name.
That's a hard one.
Right where we built the shield at. I'm like, dude, I have to build the shield here. I need shield.
I've done that. I did that one time when you were working on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't have problems with it until you got into you did something and it made the zombies come after me, and they all converged at once, and I was done.
It was okay. Let's get back into Black Ops 2. I think we described Nuketown pretty well. It's a small map. You can't really say much about it. Cool map. Definitely good for starting.
And now we're at the part where there's really no new perks being introduced.
No.
There's a couple new features here and there.
Okay. Let's talk about trans perk, Tombstone.
Yeah, I mean it's worthy because there was a glitch for it.
There was a glitch for on town, but honestly, it was a pretty bad perk. What Tombstone did if you bought it,
it's basically what we have now. I mean, in its essence, you go down with Tombstone and you
hold square,
keep everything.
You go down and you have a chance. Hey, can you revive me? No, I can't make it, man. You hold square. A little Tombstone appears where you downed, where only you can pick it up at, and it contains all your perks besides Tombstone. Yep. And it holds all your guns. Yeah, it lasts for 45 seconds.
It was very cool. If you ended up in a situation where you were outed at the end.
It was an okay perk. Now, definitely was it a good perk? Debatable.
I mean,
it wasn't the worst perk.
If you were like Shae, you didn't need it.
No, I never chose it.
The only time you ever grabbed it was to do just to see how that glitch happens. Yeah. And then for me, honestly, it's a good map or a good thing because normally when I went down was towards the end of a map. Or the end of a round, sorry. Yeah. My guns were getting low anyways, but I don't want to lose my perks because of how much it cost to get all of them back. So I would have Tombstone. The problem with Tombstone was that once you got it, you had only 3 perks. Yep. And honestly, the only 3 perks I ran in town were Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Jug.
Needed it.
I didn't need Stamina Up. You ran Stamina Up sometimes.
My perk setup was I didn't get Speed Cola because at this point
you don't need speed.
Well, in Black Ops 2, I didn't. I don't see as a good as a perk. You know, if I was camping, give me my Speed Cola. But I don't see it as a perk that I'm like, I need it anymore, which I think that's I'm really happy.
Back in the day, $3,000.
For one, yeah, 3 grand saving, and 2, you can get a better perk if you don't need to reload as much.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, stamina up 2,000, increased sprint speed, and it actually makes LMGs viable to train. That's really good.
Yeah, unlimited sprint almost. Not unlimited, but
in World War II it is, but not in the Black Ops
extended
series.
sprint.
It's a good sprint. It's good.
Yeah, so I mean, there was reasons to have Tombstone. Now, the reason I say it's a lot like the New World War is because now in the New World War,
self-revives.
when you start to bleed out, you don't lose all your perks right away.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what was cool about Tombstone. If you went down, you could be like, no, don't even worry about it. I'll keep my perks.
Yeah,
I'll just
pop dead. Now, at the same time, when you played random lobbies, it was really bad. Oh, I got you. Boop. Really? I didn't want to lose my perks. I'm like...
I mean, yeah, it makes sense at that point, though.
It does.
Say you spent 3 grand on speed. Say you spent 250 on friggin' jug. Say you spent 2,000 on stamina. Right there, that's already $5,000, $6,000, $7,500.
But usually at the late game, especially on Treyarch zombies, you had a lot of points.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, well, if you went down a lot, plus you spent the extra. What was it? 4 grand for Tombstone?
I don't think it was that expensive.
Or was it 1,000?
I think it was 2,000.
So you spent. You're at 9,500 already. And all you have to do is just go down and be right back.
Yeah. Okay, let me describe. I hate when they did it at the start of a round.
Yeah, when you do it at the start of a round, that's a problem.
I remember I played town a lot because when me and Josh first started getting back into zombies, and I was rusty as crap because I didn't play zombies very good.
You played a lot of town.
I played a lot of town, played a lot of buried training in spots instead of camping. Because buried camping, it's really easy.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Buried training.
I enjoyed buried.
Woo!
There was only like 2 or 3 spots that were viable.
And they were hard and viable.
Yeah, there was no easy spot to train. I tried to train a few times. I did figure out a spot where you could run a good train on, but it wasn't easy.
No.
You jump the buildings,
dive,
come down, spin around, go back up, dive the buildings. Yeah, it was a long train.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you really didn't have a chance to turn around and start firing off. No. Not really.
No.
So it wasn't a very good spot for training, but it was viable if you needed to survive around and let your buddy run around or whatever.
Yeah, but we're talking about the new perks.
Yeah.
Well, I think we described Tombstone very well. It was an alright perk.
Yeah.
I'll maybe mention Tombstone again when we hit into buried territory. But now we're going to mention into the next map, which is another map I hardly played because I just hated the feel of the map. I hate fall damage. I hate it. Die Rise loves fall damage. Oh, I'm sorry. There is no fall damage. Oh, you fell off the building? Sucks to be you. You're dead. You have quick revive? Well, back when these days, guess what? It don't work. Sucks to be you. Fall off the building, you die.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't have much to say.
That's why it was called Die Rise. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, it's a cool map, cool design.
I didn't play it. I did not play Die Rise.
I didn't play much. I didn't enjoy it.
That's probably why I never ended up playing it. Plus, I didn't buy the DLC for it.
Honestly,
the only one I bought the DLC for on Black Ops 2 was Buried. Yeah. And the only reason I bought it was you're like, no, dude, you'll enjoy Buried.
Yeah, you'll enjoy Buried.
You're like, I don't really care too much for it, but you'll enjoy it. Well, I'll have fun playing it with you.
Yeah.
So
because I remember we played the split screen on my PlayStation at your house. Like, this is a fun map. I love the Western theme. I'm like, told you.
Yeah, it's very unique. And of course, Red Dead Redemption came out with their zombie pack at the same time. Essentially.
Yeah, around that time. But
it was fun.
I can't say much about Die Rise because I didn't play it. I will say it had one of the best wonder weapons in the game before it got nerfed. It's still really good, don't get me wrong. But literally, you could take out an entire round of zombies with it in one shot.
Yeah.
This liquefier pre-patch, round 99, no problem. Now it's like round 99. Ooh, I'm gonna run out of ammo.
I mean, obviously we've never been around 99. I stopped at 33 on purpose.
I can tell you as 101 or 2, I can't remember. It takes a long time.
At round 33, guns are ineffective.
You need a wonder weapon.
And I just, before the pack-a-punch and stuff, it just didn't make sense.
It gets grindy real quick.
Like, when you're playing, if you were in real life, obviously you're not in waves or anything, you don't have cool down time or anything, I get that, but zombies aren't getting that strong that fast. I mean, I understand that you're trying to make it to where...
It's a game, you gotta make a challenge.
Yeah, a challenge, but you didn't have to go super zombies by round 20. or 25 or whatever. Because really, it's right at about 25 when they start getting kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I just emptied a whole clip into that guy's head and nothing happened.
World War II did it pretty well, but that's a later story. This is Black Ops 2.
This is a whole different league still. Their zombies were still very tough.
Yeah, zombies in Black Ops 2.
Ooh, who was after Die Rise? Was it Buried?
It was Buried.
Buried was very cool because it introduced a few new features.
Yes, it did.
The buildables were nice in it. They weren't amazing. Don't get me wrong. They were just buildables.
There were some pretty cool combinations.
Yeah, but the combinations what made them special.
Yes.
The candy feature was kind of cool.
Now let's talk about them. First of all, just put a little downplay of Buried. Buried was set. I think it's weird where it's set. It's like set in it's set in an underground
It's a
cowboy area.
It's like
but
a gold
the funny
mine
thing
kind of
is,
situation.
I don't know where the map is located because I know for sure. I'm pretty sure it is actually not located in America. I don't think it's located on the continent.
Let me look.
I don't remember. I thought I read something about it. I cannot remember where Buried is set. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't set, probably like somewhere like Utah or something.
Keep talking.
But let's talk about Buried. So you start off, you spawn, and you're on I'm gonna call it a mining rig or whatever. It's all decayed and decrepit because nukes kind of destroy the entire Earth.
Excuse me.
There's a message for you.
Uh-huh.
So you spawn in, and this is not a good spot to stay. But on the cool thing, if you get 3,000 points, if you make this jump and you quickly run to this wall by, you can buy an LMG off the wall for 3,000 points. Mm-hmm. The LSAT, which was one of the best LMGs in the game, fun gun, good gun.
Right.
So after that, you slide down, and now you're in the western section of the map. In the western section, obviously, it's buried, it's decrepit, it's not looking very pretty. But so you bought, and this introduced a new thing where you grabbed chalk for guns.
Yeah.
You draw the chalk marks.
It was cool.
So you could see this question mark here where we're camping at? Yeah? I'm going to put the KN-44 there. I'm sorry, AN-94.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very good variant of it, though, I will say.
Oh, yeah. AN-94 right there, and we'll be golden. It has 300 in reserve and 30 in the clip. High headshots, damage, no recoil, good fire rate. Mm-hmm. And you see that one over there, above there? I'm going to put the SVT or whatever it's called. Sorry, that's World War II. I don't remember the sniper that you can draw there. It was.
I don't remember the name. It was great. It was a great sniper though.
Yeah. Almost no sway.
Oh, it was perfect for zombies.
It was great.
You could set up in one spot. And
ding, 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 ding,
all
ding.
day
It was
long.
semi-automatic.
And of course, you had your headshot bonus builder.
Yeah, and Black Ops 2 they will never do this again. I don't think, unless they really
Probably
want to.
not.
Probably. It got kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
They had these things called hidden perks, or I don't remember what they were called. They weren't hidden perks. They were I'm gonna call them pseudo perks.
I think that's a good name for them.
But what they did was, if you did a certain kind of challenge per se, you would get a perk, but it's not a perk, and you could lose them eventually. There was one, as we say, for sniper rifles. If you get 10 long shot kills on zombies with a sniper rifle, every zombie you kill from that point on is going to give you 300 points for just killing the zombie with a sniper rifle.
Yep.
And that's just by holding the sniper rifle, I found out. I remember if you PhD floppered, which they had it in Buried.
Mm-hmm. They also had Vulture Aid.
Vulture Aid. Oh, I completely skipped over the perk for Die Rise. Whoops. Well, let me tell you the worst perk in zombies. Who's who? Oh boy, who's who?
So bad it never made it back into zombies.
It will never. It is a running gag of how bad it is. So, who's who is someone grabbed Quick Revive, flushed it down maybe 15 toilets of crap, brewed it with septic fluids, and then put it in a bottle and said, have some fun. So what he does, you drink it, and I believe the characters say it kind of tastes like Quick Revive too. They kind of taste like fish or whatever. So Quick Revive says it tastes like fish. Yeah. So you drink it, and when you down, a new version of you spawns in. What all this version has is the default Colt 911. That's it. No perks, no increased weapon damage, no insta-kill. And you can revive yourself. It was trash.
Okay.
And if you didn't revive yourself fast enough, you died.
Before we really, I mean, obviously it's a gag. It was a horrible, horrible execution.
Yes.
The idea behind this,
It's a cool idea.
is a very good idea.
Yes.
Like, okay, you went down. Now you're, we'll say it, Bizarro you has come to your planet now to save you. If you can save you, you're back.
Yeah, and you have all your perks back when you come back up.
And honestly, that's a cool idea.
It's a cool,
But
bad conception.
If you are that deep, if you're 20 rounds, 30 rounds deep in zombies,
10 rounds
you
deep.
need something more than an M1911 or whatever they gave you at the time.
It was just the cold M1911.
It's like, it's not.
Non-pack a punch.
Did they attack you when you were that too?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember. So I mean, if you're getting attacked by, how many zombies are on the map at round 20?
It depends on how many people are playing the map.
Okay,
If you're playing solo, there's always going to be, the limit is 24 zombies per kill wave per save. Like 24 zombies will spawn in, kill them all. 24 will spawn back in their place. Yeah. There's a limit how many zombies you can have on you.
So if there's 24 zombies on the map and you have an M1911, you're not going to get it done 10 rounds plus.
I think you have 2 grenades, but in Black Ops, any of the Black Ops games, honestly, grenades suck.
Basically, at that point, you are now going to loop them as far away as you can, while at the same time watching how much time you have just to go and revive yourself.
Yes, and you don't have quick revive. It's a normal 3-second revive.
See, that shouldn't be that way. It should be you get to you, you're up.
It should go. No, I think what it should do, because at that point, not to say it's overpowered per se, but if you, I think there should be like a 0.5 second. Just like,
I mean, just a
boop.
Yeah, just a
Like,
basically a fusing.
Just enough to like say, "Hey, get up."
Yeah, that would be fine. Like if you showed an animation, it'd be like up, and now you're back. Yeah, that would be fine. That's enough time for if you were just slightly ahead of them, you'd still somewhat make it. You're gonna take a little damage on the revive anyways. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, you're around 30 and you got this guy. These things are sprinting hard at you, and there's not a whole lot of room for you to maneuver anyways. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you kind of gotta have a little bit extra work.
They dropped the ball very hard on that part, but the song for the Who's Who is really good. When the
I don't remember the song.
Okay,
I don't think we can play it.
I don't think we can either.
Just take a second, pause the video, and go look up Who's Who Call of Duty Zombie song.
One second, I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna count 15 seconds on this one.
I can count for you. Anyways, I mean, the whole idea behind Buried was they introduced like 4 new things that they'd not done previously. Hold on, real quick before you start that. Let me do a stopwatch here.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Alright, well, we're done here. I'm not complaining more because I already got, not a copyright strike, but I was already, not warned, but if we got revenued from these videos, which we don't, the video would now be not taken down, but we wouldn't get any it would just take all of it.
They would have to, they warned us essentially like, hey, you can't play copyright music.
Yeah.
Which I believe that's a copyright song.
I would assume so. I'm gonna try to find,
Here's the deal, guys.
Tombstone as well. Tombstone deal. This is another good one.
Here's the deal. When all these new perks were coming, it was these big ideas that kind of failed in execution. That's what made Black Ops 2 hard and hurt the most. That there was so cool new things trying to come out that the execution failing on each one of them just hurt that much more.
Now here's the Tombstone. I can watch the time on this one. And also, this one's going to be really hard for me to stop because this one's catchy.
Yeah. Just get it a little closer down.
Rest in pieces. That was a count.
You better stop it.
Anyways, you're bleeding out.
Anyways, I mean, that's the problem that we end up always coming back to is that the maps were decent, the gameplay itself decent. The zombies weren't overpowered or underpowered or too fast or too slow. It was literally the new things they tried to come out with kept on failing.
Yep.
Much like the servers on World War II. Can't help it. But so Buried came out. It came out with the savings bank. I mean, obviously they've done it before.
They had banks in all the other maps
Yeah.
we should have talked about.
But this was a very, very cool bank because it was literally a bank.
Transit had a bank as well.
Yeah. You fell into the Old West Bank and you could deposit and
reposit.
And then they also had the shelving unit where you could store a weapon.
Yeah.
For the next time you want to play.
Yeah, they had that all for the black.
It was really cool.
For all of the transit, die rise.
They were very cool features.
Yes.
And those worked well.
They did.
But it was the perks that fell down.
And they'll finally work. They made a perk. They made a perk. That was amazing. It was the best. My favorite perk.
A little overpowered.
It was really good. It was really, really good.
Very, very good.
It was called Vulture Raid, which is basically scavenger for multiplayer in zombies. So you already
you take a shot, you kill one, and
there's a chance.
I don't know what the percentage was, but it was high.
It was a decent.
It was quite high.
It was quite
You
good.
shot a guy and bag of ammo.
A bag of 15 points, which that's like
The
you shoot,
ammo that
okay,
they would drop.
if you had an LMG and you sprayed it down and they dropped, let's say, 5 ammo packs, I believe it took about 10% of your clip. So if you have 100 shots, that's 10 shots. You kill 5 of them, that's 50 shots. That's half a clip.
Yep.
But that was a good thing. It helped you sustain your weapons. And it also dropped for the Wonder Weapon, which had infinite ammo. Which, honestly, if it didn't have infinite ammo, that perk would have been unstoppable. Say if it was a Thunder Gun with that, it would have been unstoppable. Yeah. That would have been the
That's
perk.
why I say it's just slightly overpowered.
Because where it is placed, it is not as overpowered as it would be if it was in Kino.
Oh, no.
You know.
Honestly, if they were to bring it back now, it would make zombies a whole lot easier. Almost too easy.
Almost too easy. Because also what it did, it had 3 features. It dropped points for you sometimes.
Points.
Ammo. And then the zombie scent. You would
Blood,
shoot
yeah.
a zombie, and sometimes you could see that they had like a stink trail on them. If you stood in that stink trail, it was basically a monkey bomb.
Yep.
They would not see you, and you could just stand there in that stink like,
It was great.
where you guys going? Do I smell?
And that's normally when I was like, dude, why would you do that to me? Because he always bought Vulture Aid.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, I would try and buy it, but I'd always mess up and get hurt or whatever on the way and lose everything else.
Yeah.
But I remember having Vulture Aid and standing in those spots, you're like, you need that little, oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah, like,
That was life.
especially when you're shooting them. And I gotta reload. Stink! Ooh, the dolphin dive into it.
Sliding in. Go, go, go.
Oh, just
Then they all just start running away.
oh, so good. That perk is so good. Now let's talk about the unique weapons on the map. Because I know I didn't skip over the Wonder Weapons. I've said what they did kind of a little bit.
Yeah, I like the fact that the big guy was in the map.
Leroy, which is actually, his name is not Leroy.
It's
It's
just
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur.
His actual name was Arthur, but the community named him Leroy, and I'm gonna call him Leroy.
Leroy
Jenkins!
Yeah. No, he was awesome. I mean, you give him candy, and he'd go and open up some stuff for you.
You give him candy, and he'd build a buildable for you.
Yeah.
You give him candy when you had a crawler, he'd pick up the crawler and just
Carry him around.
so he would not bother you.
And
You
no
give him candy, he will punch the box, and the box will not move.
Stays in that spot.
It will stay in that spot.
Great when you're camping that one
You
spot.
give him booze, and he'll destroy stuff.
He's like, I gotta open that door. Bam!
And if the further the distance he charged, the more points you got for hitting it. I remember Josh was like, why do you take him back so far? I'm like, look at my points. And he just see my points go from like, let's just say 2,000, and then just jump up to 3,500. You're like,
it was great.
I'm like, yeah, if you place him farther away and he hits something, you get massive points.
It was cool. I just thought the whole feature, it was just so unique.
It was Barry did everything really well.
If you were saying what is the best map on Black Ops 2, for a lot of people this was a rival for the best map.
It was fun. It was a great basic map.
Very, very fun.
It was a fun map.
It's
a good map. It's not a great map. It's
No.
a good map, but it's a fun map.
It had new features that they really hadn't tried yet.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of challenge to it, not a whole lot.
Not a lot.
It had some mystery to it. I mean, there was a small Easter egg.
Oh, there's a big Easter egg on it.
I mean, the small parts to it, they weren't super hard to figure out.
No, not like nowadays.
There was a perk ball drop.
Yep.
If you needed it, There was a maze, which kind of helped. Also, it kind of always moved.
It was cool.
Pack-a-Punch was pretty simple to get to.
It was simple, but a hard location if you're playing solo.
Yeah, if you're by yourself.
If you're playing 4-man, I will tell you right now, if you have a couple of friends that own Black Ops 2 and you can play it right now, I suggest you camp at Pack-a-Punch. It is fun.
Oh, it's great. We played it with 3, didn't we?
I think we just did it with me and you.
I thought we played it with someone else. I thought we played it with Webby once.
No, Webby didn't have a PS3.
We played with somebody on that map.
It wasn't Will's, because Will's wouldn't play.
No, I don't know who it was.
We played with some... Oh, probably with Snapper.
Yeah, okay, it was Sniper. I said we had a third person because he kept leaving us.
Yeah.
But we ended up down there one time. We had to end up fighting off for a while. We played with Shandy once, too.
Oh, yeah.
Shandy ended up playing split screen with me when we were here.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great map. It's a lot of fun. And because of how fun it is and because of all the new little things they added, and they really didn't fall on any of them, or fail, or anything you want to say.
Everything was good in that map.
That's why it rivals the best map
they also
in the match.
Had a time bomb, which was basically Tombstone on steroids. Or the Troll's mightiest weapon. So, what the time bomb did, oh crap, we all went down almost, we all lost our perks, time bomb, and we were on to the bomb that you placed it at. So if you placed it, every round because you had max ammo, that's great. If you have that troll that got the time bomb, and he threw it down the moment he got it, and did not throw another one down, man, this is my highest round ever. Really? Round 5.
That happened.
And I think I did to you once, but we were doing it.
No, I did it. I got a hold of it, and you didn't explain the idea. I threw it down on round 8.
Yeah.
We made it all the way to 20. We weren't going 33 at the time. We were at 20.
Yeah.
And I went down, and you got cornered, or I don't remember how it happened.
I think you went down. I think you went down, and I don't have my perks. I'm like, you have the time bomb, don't you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
and
like.
I'm like, oh yeah! I'm like, and Ryan's like, what round did you place it?
And it was like when we just got down to the bottom. He was like, oh no. I'm like, what just happened? He's like, you sent us back to round 8.
It was so funny.
We had spent like 50 minutes already. I was like, no.
I'm like, that sucks. Well, let's do it again.
We played a long time that night. Yeah, I remember that. So from that moment on, I did not use time bomb.
He saw the time bomb. I was like, I'll leave that in the box.
He's like, oop. I'm like, Shae, time bomb came up. I'm not touching it.
All right, whatever you say, man.
No, you don't understand.
I'm traumatized.
I don't want this responsibility.
That's too much power for my hands.
It was great, though. I mean, honestly, that was the best feature I've ever seen. They've never put it back in because of how great it was.
It was so cool. Now let's talk about the wonder weapon on this map. As I already said, it has infinite ammo.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird, because Call of Duty doesn't like doing infinite.
No.
They've almost even stopped infinite damage.
Which one was this?
This was the Paralyzer. Remember the big swirly metal thing that I always got that you could fly? You could fly!
Yeah, I remember you doing it, but I never could understand how to do it.
So what you did is that you looked at the ground, you turned on the Paralyzer, and you held the button to fire it, and you jumped. And it would push you up and float. It was amazing.
I remember the first time he did it. Oh, check this out, Josh. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh.
He can fly!
How do I get that?
I'm like, it's the wonder weapon, man. It's the only one in the map, dude.
He let me have it one time. I did not do well with it.
It's a weird wonder weapon because it does not kill instantly. It's not a killing wonder weapon.
It was fun.
It's a support wonder weapon. Which, don't get me wrong, it can kill.
Oh yeah.
It can kill very well, actually. But when you get to those later rounds, Josh, we're getting pushed in. Don't worry, I got this. Dude, they're slowing down. Like, aim for the head.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you remember.
I remember now because I remembered you flying, but I didn't remember how it looked. And then when you were like, I was like, oh no, because I did get it a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, you get the good guns, I'll slow them down. So great.
It's a fun wonder weapon.
Great.
Now, is it a saving grace wonder weapon?
You couldn't do it by yourself. No. It wouldn't pay off on your own.
There's a certain spot that made it do it really well, actually.
But not for the normal guy.
You had to manage your ammo very well. You had to keep on tapping the button because that was the most effective way to use it. But I'm like, just hold it down.
It was cool.
It was a cool wonder weapon. It was definitely not overpowered. No. It was definitely not underpowered. It was just right.
The problem was it was just right.
Yeah.
So they could never bring it back.
It was good. It was fun. That's the thing. It was fun.
That's why
Buried was
fun.
fun. That is the best word to describe
F is
Buried.
for friends who shoot zombies together. U is for you and me. It is for any zombies anytime at all down here on the Buried Sea.
The Buried map.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh.
oh man.
It
was a great map.
That's the best way to describe Buried. Is it a good map? Yep. Is it a great map? Maybe.
It was very fun.
Is it a fun map? Yes.
The funnest map I've ever played on zombies.
He loved Buried.
Oh man, I wish they would have brought it back.
Yeah.
They just couldn't. I mean, I understand the whole situation behind it, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Well, let's get back to the next one, which Josh has not played this one, so I'm going to be taking over. And even then, I didn't play it that much.
And we're already up pretty high.
How long are we? An hour in?
Yeah, an hour and 1 minute.
Oh, crap.
So we're gonna have to cut these ones short.
Well, okay, so Mob of the Dead, which is a cool map. You play as 4 criminals. I don't know their names off the top of my head. I didn't play them much because Josh didn't own it, and
Sorry.
I mean, it was a cool map. I loved playing it. It's just I don't have much memories because I didn't play it as much as other maps. Buried, I have a lot of memories because we played it a lot.
Pretty much any time I was on.
Yeah. So what Mob of the Dead was it was Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
You were 4 criminals in Alcatraz, and you were sent to roam Alcatraz with these zombies coming at you, and you just gotta survive. What's up?
I'm just looking around.
Oh,
Sorry.
You gotta survive and just go through. There's a new perk in the map, new wonder weapon, which this is a very unique wonder weapon. But I'll name the perk first. Electric Cherry. It is the only perk that has made it through the Black Ops 2 cycle and went into Black Ops 3, and it's also in Infinite Warfare, and it's also in World War II Zombies.
It doesn't work in World War II.
It's not that good in World War II, but that's a later video. Electric Cherry, every time you reload, and the further your clip was reloaded, like if you reloaded with 0, and it was a big electrical charge. If you reloaded and you only had like 3 bullet shot, it was teeny tiny.
Slow them down.
It slowed them down. It was a little bit of a stun.
Yeah.
But nothing like, and like for a good 2-3 seconds. So it was a good perk, especially on Mob of the Dead, because of this feature. The Wonder Weapon. The Wonder Weapon was called the Blundergat. It was a super shotty.
Yep.
So you got it out of the box, or you can get it off of an Easter egg by taking down these skulls with the tomahawk that you unlocked, which was technically the only tomahawk in the game, and it's not the only throwing weapon in the game because now they have the throwing knives in World War II.
Zombies game.
Yeah, the zombies game, yes. But what you could throw it and you could charge it, and you would throw it and it would do more damage. And there was an upgrade feature which made it infinite damage. So you would just throw this tomahawk around the map, collecting these skulls, and then when you went into the warden's office, a blundergat would appear in fire coming above the warden's desk, and you can just pick it up. So technically on this map, you could have 2 blundergats, which is very unique. Not many maps did that,
No.
especially the same wonder weapon. And the cool thing about this is that this gun was special. It could be pack-punched 2 different ways. This is the first of its time as well. There was a acid gat setup that you can build by finding buildables around the map, and you can put it together, and then you put your blundergat in there, and it transforms into an acid gat, which it would shoot these, like, I'm gonna call them vials kind of, and it would shoot them at the zombies, and they would keep on running towards you when it's non-pack-a-punched, and it would blow up and do some poison damage, AoE style.
Right.
Not high damage per se compared to what the other gun is, but upgraded makes up for it.
Right.
But and now let me explain the upgrades. I'm gonna explain probably the worst of the 2, but it's a lot more fun. The Blundergat upgraded becomes the Sweeper. I'm happy I remembered that.
Yep.
And what it became was basically took that shotgun and put it on steroids. And so instead of having
Very
like
helpful high round.
very helpful, it was high damage. Instead of having like a pellet kind of like just shoot out like regular, instead it shot like a line downwards, and it was basically horizontal almost. It was almost like a sniper rifle almost for shotgun.
I saw a lot of them.
It
I
was
saw
a-
the videos on them.
It was a really good gun.
Very cool gun.
It had 2 shots that you could shoot before you had to reload. It was a very fun gun. Now let's get into the other one, which is probably the best one, called, I don't remember the name of the, Vitrolic Withering. So what the Vitrolic Withering did,
Hat. Pull.
it Yeah, I remembered it. The Vitrolic Withering, what it did was basically when you shot it, it was now a monkey bomb.
Which was very
Which
cool.
was very cool.
They've introduced that a couple times in a couple different games.
Yeah, they had the crossbow.
Crossbow that shot the monkey bomb, essentially. And then recently, it's not a monkey bomb, it's a jacket.
The Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
And the other one, I don't remember the other one. There's others.
It was the sniper rifle. When you showed him, it would dee, 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 and it would attract him.
What game was this?
Oh, I don't remember. You know what? It might have been a mod.
It might have been, because I'm like, the only sniper I can think of is like the scavenger, but the scavenger didn't attract me.
It didn't attract him, no.
I can't remember.
Anyways.
But it was basically a monkey bomb, and they would just swarm around you, and it did explosive damage, so if you shot it at your feet, it hurts you, but very little bit. Not much. Hardly any, to be fully honest.
The great part about it was that it was a monkey bomb.
So, basically, the main strategy in Mob of the Dead, because of the electric cherry, it made that wonder weapon amazing. Max damage electric cherry, best stun in the game, shield on the back, you're aiming at a corner and you're just shooting. The zombies just stand there, and the electric cherry just shoots them, just electrocutes them, and it does damage, and then the Vitrolic Withering blows up, and it does damage to you, but negatable damage. Because they can't hit you because of your shield, and when you shoot the Vitrolic Withering again, they can't see you because the monkey bomb effect, and you regen that health again.
Yep.
So it was really good combo. You almost couldn't die unless Brutus spawned in and like, hey, I'm gonna mess you up.
Brutus.
He was scary.
He was like the warden's main guy.
He was the warden, and yeah, he messed you up really badly. He was a hard thing to kill. And the coolest part about this map, and I besides, there's a lot of cool things on this map, but I think my favorite is that you've built a plane on top of Alcatraz, and you tried to fly away from Alcatraz, and you got to the Golden Gate Bridge before you accidentally crashed into it, and that's where Pack a Punch is at. And you survived on the Golden Gate Bridge, but then there's an electric chair right in front of you, and the only way to get back to the map is if you killed yourself with the electric chair, and you would revive yourself back in Alcatraz. And you kept all your perks, so you didn't lose anything.
It was just basically a teleporter.
Basically a teleporter, but different effect. It's kind of cool. Because the cool thing is when you got strapped in the chair when you were on the Golden Gate Bridge, you see the lightning strike the Golden Gate Bridge, and you see the lightning current go down the metal beams and into the
coming right towards you.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
It was really cool.
Really, it was the first time anybody's used a actual place.
Yeah.
For a zombie map.
And Alcatraz was a great place for it.
Yeah, like not a fictional, like obviously they did Hiroshima or whatever,
Yeah.
They did those things, but this was like a actual place like you could go and be a part of.
Yeah.
Like Alcatraz, you can go check.
They had Treyarch developers go to Alcatraz and study how it looked.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cool.
Yeah, and then obviously there's pictures online. They did the schematics and everything. It was as close to the realistic thing as it could get. Also, while making it look like zombies.
Yeah. My dad loved watching me play Mob of the Dead because he was very interested into Alcatraz. He's like, this is Alcatraz. And I'm like, yeah, it's really cool.
We're going to have to do like a episode one day of the stuff surrounding certain things, like the ideals behind Alcatraz and things of that nature. We'll have to do an episode like that and talk. Yeah. We'll do some research.
Yeah.
Because it's honestly such a great read on its own.
Yeah.
The fact that the zombies went and did it, it was just amazing.
It was amazing. Alright, let's get to this last round because I'm getting dead tired.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, you can tell, is just kind of spaced out at this point because he doesn't play. Well, he has played this one, but not much.
I didn't play the DLCs as much. Mostly I got to watch people play them and watch him play them.
He's played Origins now because of Black Ops 3 with the Zombies Chronicles.
And I did play it on Black Ops 2 one time.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It is a great
But
map.
I didn't understand half of what I was doing.
Okay, if you look at... Because at this point, Mob of the Dead and Origins was made by a completely different person.
Yep.
It was not made by the original zombie creator, Jimmy Selinsky. It was made by a guy, which is now the head of the Zombies division on Treyarch.
What happened to Jimmy?
He retired or something. He was done.
Yeah, he was.
I think he was tired of doing it.
Yeah. I mean,
so they handed the developer.
Burnout.
Yeah, they handed the development to Jason Blundell, which this is where the Easter eggs
really took off.
They stepped up their game. Jason Blundell is the reason why Black Ops 3 is all made by Jason Blundell, except for all the Zombie Chronicle maps besides Origins.
Well, obviously because you can't take credit for some of those.
Those are all Jimmy Selinsky maps. Which Jimmy Selinsky maps are simpler. They're easier.
They're simple. They're
original.
They're a challenge because of the way they're set up.
Yes. Black Ops 1, if you didn't have the weapons in Black Ops 3 in those maps, it'd be a lot harder. If you didn't have the gunballs, it'd be a lot harder.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 really was a easier gameplay.
Yeah.
Because of the features that came with it. Black Ops 1 maps were just
Brutal.
difficult because of just lack of abilities.
Yes.
But that was what made them fun. I mean, we would still go back and play Black Ops 1 the way it was.
Oh, I love 5.
Because, yeah, I mean, something they never remade, which we talked about last time, was 5.
Yep.
They never brought it back out, and probably because of the presidents in it, they probably were like, nah, not again, don't do it again, kind of situation.
I hope they do eventually bring it back, but
I love the whole idea behind 5.
Yo, President needs slugs!
So many good quotes, so many things. I mean, they had freaking Fidel Castro.
Freaking when, what's his name? I'm tired. Nixon. Yo, damn hippies!
There was just little things that just
man.
out of nowhere. And of course, they had an Eminem rap song.
Yes, they had.
You know, we've
whoa,
already discussed all this.
down.
So, I mean, the fact that they had those, and now they brought them into Black Ops 3, it was just like, I get to play the maps I enjoyed playing with Challenge, now with better weaponry, and see if
Double pack
well
punch,
I do, yeah.
better guns, better pizza,
for
better
example,
ingredients, Papa John's, you know, the usual.
We're not sponsored by Papa John's. But
It's just...
but for example, the Giant. Obviously, it's DeReese.
Yeah.
But with the new weapons, the gumball capabilities, I mean, you can go
round 4
infinite
easy.
rounds without even thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the right gumball, you get the right gun, double pack punch it. You could be there all day.
Well,
I mean, how long did you play one day? Like 6 hours on that map one time?
No, you're thinking of Revelations.
Oh yeah, you did that.
Long
one on Revelations, but
I never trained
you always stop.
I always stop because I don't. The moment I cannot train, I mean I can't camp on the Giant. I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, it's all right. If you're playing 2-player, it's kind of fun because you get to come back and he gets to watch me go down all the time and have fun. He's
Yeah.
like, he went down again. I'll go save him. He doesn't want me to save him, but I'll save him.
Yeah, you can ask our good pal Webby because Webby didn't play much zombies with me.
We mentioned this in the last one.
I love Webby's reaction to this.
Just let me die.
I can't do that, Webdale. Ask Josh.
Yeah,
It's true.
You don't know. You don't know Josh. Josh, he's not gonna let you up. He's not gonna let you stay down.
No.
It's like I tried to hide one time. It doesn't work. He just finds you because they tell you where you tell him where you're at. There's no way to get away from him. And he's just gonna revive you 40 times and make you look horrible.
Hey, I'm a team player. I mean, you can't say about a team player.
We always do this at round 33. At one point in time in the round, because we don't end round 33, we get ourselves down in round 33.
Yeah.
He always will, as soon as round 32 is over, I can see him across map. His little triangle starting to go like this. It's because he's coming towards me. I'm like, stay away from me, Shae. Because he'll bring all the zombies, because he's wanting the zombies to bring me down. And then he can down himself. And if I down myself before the zombies down me, well, now he's going to use some special ability, and he's going to revive me.
He's made a mistake.
Because he's got quick revive anyways.
Always.
And so he'll revive me, and instantly I'll go right back down because I've lost all my perks in Black Ops 3. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, just leave me alone, Shae. This is the 20th time. No.
That's okay. As they're coming around, Josh finally down. Oh crap! I can't remember. Oh, I had Widow's Wine. Oh, I can't kill myself. I'm like, wait a minute. This is Ascension. I know the way. And you just see me run towards spawn. Like, what are you doing? Oh, just wait. Boom.
It was kind of like I downed myself, and he's like, "All right, we'll just down." He's like, "Oh no!" He threw it down. He's like, "I'm like, what?" He goes, "I got what I want."
And Josh's like, "Yes."
I'm like, "Ha ha!
I'm gonna win." I'm like, "Well, you done my zombies too." And I'm like,
he just took off.
"Oh, I got this. Don't you worry."
I was like, "Dang it!" It was kind of funny though, because I knew you forgot you had Widow's Wine.
I never use it.
No, you got it by accident out of the
Out of
Wonder Fizz.
No, I got it from Monkeys.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so great.
You just laugh. I'm like, well, I can use the traps, but that might not kill me fast enough.
Yeah, and then the zombie might hit me, and then you'll claim that the zombie put me
I'm like,
down.
no, I got the.
And I'm just sitting over in the corner, just like, hurry up already, get
I'm
to bed.
Yeah, it was funny, but all right, let's talk about Origins now. As we said, Origins, very complicated map. It was made by Jason Blundell, and to this day, people will vouch, and I don't blame them. It's a great map. That it is the best zombies map. It has so much replayability. There's 4 wonder weapons, which at this time was brand new. There was no such thing as 4 wonder weapons, all with different abilities.
Now, it was for a map itself, it was the bee's knees.
It was.
I mean, it had
But
all
when
the
we
best
had all the
features,
Black
it
Ops
had new
3,
stuff.
Black Ops 2, it was revolutionary.
Yeah, it had
started
everything that was like.
It started the kick what made Black Ops 3 Black Ops 3. You know, Shadows of Evil. Well, we went back to one Wonder Weapon. That kind of sucks. Oh, Rise and Direct. Woo! 4 bows, baby.
Buildable bows.
Buildable bows, which is cool. And at this time,
I mean,
every Wonder Weapon was a buildable, but they did it right.
When the part that was hard about it was it didn't make sense with the flow of the Black Ops 2 maps because obviously it's a new creator.
Yeah,
but
what he did is he made a retcon. He went back before with all the characters. They were now super young. They were like in their 30s instead of in their 50s. So they were basically completely different people. Because you can't look at someone when they're like 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and look at them when they're 60s. They're like, you're the same. No, it won't be the same.
And you won't act the same. It won't be the same.
You'll have different opinions, different views.
Yeah, it was such an interesting take, such a different take that it changed the whole atmosphere of zombies.
At this point, in this storyline before, Richtofen, the scientist, completely crazy, schizophrenic nightmare.
Oh, he was gone.
He was far gone. But when they got retconned, he was sane. Mm-hmm. He thought clearly. He wasn't too sane, but he wasn't
he was making sense.
Still. He made sense still. He wasn't like, okay, perfect example. Black Ops 1 freaking Call of the Dead Easter egg. Ooh, a lever! Dempsey, that's not a lever! Richtofen! He's like, ooh! Richtofen had a little bit of a gay streak in him in Black Ops 1. And a little bit of Black Ops 2 until Origins came out.
It was cool that he changed the whole atmosphere.
All the characters changed. The least change was probably Takio.
I was going to say.
Takio, Samurai, code honor for the Emperor!
Always Emperor.
But at the same time, you could tell the difference.
By the way, what a douche who did his acting by his voice. Emperor. Did you notice?
Yeah.
I noticed that every time. For the Emperor! I'm like, oh my gosh, come on. Could you not just let him say it, really?
For the same time, though, you could tell he was different because he said jokes. He was joking around.
It was a younger feel.
Yeah, all the characters...
They still had hope.
Yeah, they still had hope. Nikolai, he was sober.
He wasn't drunk yet.
He was not.
He wasn't the angry Russian.
The reason why he was drunk was something bad happened to him, and he's down to alcohol to make the pain go.
Not alcohol. Vodka.
Vodka.
His vodka.
He downed his vodka.
Where's my vodka?
Until he couldn't feel anymore, and it was just nothing but a thing
That's
of hate.
a lot of vodka.
Yeah.
A lot of vodka.
A lot of vodka.
You put down a lot of vodka when you start to not want to feel anything.
Yeah. And
not as much whiskey, but lots of vodka.
Lots of vodka. Then Dempsey.
Very cheap over there, by the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dempsey didn't really change too much.
He's a heart-blooded American.
Yeah. Dempsey 40s, 50s. Dempsey's 20s, 30s.
Basically, it's from his original guy was like Clint Eastwood, pissed off American.
Yeah.
And then going to his 20s and 30s, it was like not Chris Pratt per se, because he's still funny.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
He's not as angry.
Yeah, he's not as angry. He's still kind of angry.
He's always angry, but
still kind of angry.
But
he's like much younger.
He's more calm. He's a soldier. He acts like a soldier because he's like, a soldier.
What's his name? That plays Burn. Tom Hardy. So it's like Tom Hardy and Clint Eastwood. Tom Hardy's kind of messed up, mad still, but he's sane. Then you got Clint Eastwood, who's just, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And so that's your hot-blooded American.
Yeah.
There you go. Tom Hardy.
He didn't change much. He didn't change much, but he changed what you could see. He reported things. He recorded them, so he would give them back to America in his logs for everything. Yada yada.
Different person.
Different personalities.
When you're Clint Eastwood, you just don't give a crap no more.
Like it's when he's like, oh, field report, yada yada. He was actually doing soldier stuff, which I thought was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
All of them did it except for Richtofen because he already knew what was going on.
And then as an old man, F this.
Yeah, freaking drop the chips and give me some ammo. I love that. I love how they broke the third wall. Hey player,
classic things.
Hey player, drop the chips and give me some ammo.
I'm just remembering some of the old stuff.
I love it in Shino.
That was also a good part about 5 because they were talking to you.
Yeah, I also love in Shangri-La when you turn on the power switch. Freaking Dempsey's like, What's the power switch doing in the Ancient Mountains Treyarch?
I never caught that.
Yeah,
I
you said something around those
I never
lines.
knew it did.
What are power switches doing in the Ancient Mountains Treyarch?
Question.
Oh, it's so
I
funny
mean,
though.
Origins, it just changed so much. I mean, the map is just so diverse. There's so much.
You
to
look
it.
at Black
Tanks,
Ops 3,
ma-
then you look
big
at Origins,
giants.
you can tell there's a graphical change.
Yeah.
But other than that,
The map is exactly the same.
they're almost exactly the same
I mean,
playstyle.
When I say exactly the same, I mean, I think they just copied and pasted and upgraded the graphics.
Honestly,
Because I mean, even the giant was just slightly different from
the only thing that changed really was the weapons, which were, I will say, Origins Black Ops 2 had bad weapons, but they were fun weapons. They had the KSG, they had the Olympia. Still, they had the Ballista. They had the M14. They had the.
They had rough guns.
They had some rough guns.
That's what I call that era of gun. Rough gun.
They had the, they had the good old, what's it called, the.
M1
No. It was the gun everyone hated. It was semi-automatic, SMR.
Oh, the one that wouldn't shoot straight?
You would aim down sights. Only in zombies, may I add.
Yeah.
Only in
No,
zombies.
in multiplayer, it's a great gun.
It was accurate
but
two-shot
it
kill.
was like, we can't make it that accurate in zombies.
In zombies, you aim down the sights.
Me to Shae, aiming down the sights. How did it miss? I
Shoot
don't
again.
know.
Pew, 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 pew.
And
Make
then
it a yeah, like, the
One out
only
of
way
4.
to accurately shoot that gun was to hip fire it.
Which was great for me.
Yeah. It was like, okay, and it was weak, but also there was the War Machine, which was trash. Unupgraded. Upgraded was actually quite good.
They really stepped it up in Black Ops 3 and made it a very good
They
game.
made the guns all good except for the Pharaoh. And even
We'll
then,
just leave that out till the next match.
even then,
till the next
yeah,
video.
that's a completely
So,
different
I mean,
discussion.
Honestly, Origins Black Ops 2 was such a great game.
It's
Such a great map.
map.
That's why it's still revered as one of the best maps. Even though we don't play it a whole lot, it's still one of the best maps.
Yes, it's very good.
When you have people rate maps, it always
It's
ranks
always
high.
at least in the top 3.
Always ranks
At
high.
least.
Because of the versatility of it.
It's got so many challenges. It's sponsored. It made the Rainbow Perk Challenge, where you bought all the perks in rainbow order. The Reverse Rainbow Perk Challenge, which made you buy all the perks in reverse rainbow color.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, those challenges are hard. That you did the classic 2-box challenge. You did the classic, not the classic. When you dug up weapons, those are the only weapons you can use besides the starter pistol. They did
That would be difficult.
no power challenges. There was only
We've done
use-
no power before.
Yeah, it was very difficult. There's the only use staff and starter weapons, so you can't buy any weapons. But since the staffs are free, you can get those.
Yeah, you gotta figure out how to earn them though.
Yeah, which people do. There's a lot of challenges that map.
That spawned the whole zombie challenge.
That really did. It made it a whole step above its own.
I mean, people did it before, but it was always like
Yeah.
round challenges or no perk challenges.
no
It
perks,
wasn't-
rainbow perks sometimes.
Yeah, it wasn't as crazy as what they did.
That's
in this
where
one.
Black Ops 2 really started. Like, I could do all this stuff, and then Black Ops 3 is like, oh really? You're funny. Well, guess what? Boom.
Black Ops 3 was kind of funny. We were like, what are they gonna do for Black Ops 3? What could they possibly do different? Gumballs.
Gumballs.
What's a gumball? What's a gumball for?
And that's where I think that's where we're in the episode.
Yeah.
So what's a gumball? You'll find out
What's a
next
gumball
episode.
for? Oh, you'll know.
Oh, trust me.
If you play, you know exactly what.
You'll
a
know
gumball's
exactly, Mr. Perkaholic.
for. Ooh.
Still got 14 of them. Won't use them.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't like using them.
that's Black Ops 2 in a nutshell in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
A little longer than what we like to go, but hey guys, it's just one of those things that these maps are so in depth. It doesn't do them justice to skip by them if they're not
Yeah.
very at least decent. We skip through Transit and
Die Rise.
and we skip through Bus Depot because they're just
They're
basic
reskins
maps.
of old maps.
So, tell us what you think in the comments below. Be like, hey, you guys, you should have talked about this. Obviously we missed some stuff.
Hey guys, screw you. Transit's my favorite map.
I mean, everyone's got their own opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's your opinion, and it can be wrong if you want it to be.
Exactly. I was about to say that. I was exactly about to say that.
Seriously, I mean, guys, everyone's got their favorite map. I love Buried. It's probably my favorite map.
I love
Obviously
Moon.
not his favorite map.
I love Moon.
Yeah, I mean,
Moon is a perfect challenge.
so if you have a favorite map in Black Ops 2 that we just kind of skipped by, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let us know why you like it so much, and maybe when we go to do a readaptation of this one day in the future, we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll include you.
Maybe, who knows?
I mean, we will include
I
people
like
that
these-
have communication with
Every
us.
time we do with zombies, there's a smile on my face.
Yeah, and it always goes long because we enjoy talking about it.
Yep.
There's a lot to talk about. Honestly, we could probably do a whole video on each map. We
Honestly,
really could.
We probably could, but I don't want to just spam out video for video.
Yeah.
Just
And you guys honestly don't want to hear a whole 60 minutes or 45 minutes
Of
of us
crazy-
talking about one map.
Yeah. We just want to try to get fast as possible so you can just watch it not real quick, but watch it easily for your viewing experiences. Driving down the road, say, man, I want to listen to some Call of Duty Zombies, but I don't want to see anyone play it. Just chill on it.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a distracting video. I have this up on I have a little magnet on my car. I have this video playing. I'm not attracted to the video. I'm just listening to us talk.
Yeah.
And we're not annoying to listen to, so
Hopefully.
I mean, you may not like my voice. That's fine. I'll try and
You
talk
might say,
less.
wow, this guy stutters and slurs and talks too fast.
We've got speech impediments.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't.
I do.
Yeah. So
Stop
I mean,
taking my thunder.
so I mean, if there's something that we just missed, go ahead and let us know. We love to actually have some communication with you guys.
Yeah.
We like rhetoric. Yeah, it's a big word. So if you wouldn't mind, please.
What does that even mean? I never even heard of that.
Rhetoric. It's like a conversation. It's a jabbing towards each other. It's arguing, not arguing, but having a debate essentially. But it's a like-minded debate.
Yeah, like kind of what we kind of do.
Yeah. And we like to have that with the comments too. And
I think the issue with that though is we have such a similar mind that we kind of almost like.
But we do have different opinions.
Yeah.
As we've done before, we've gotten kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I have a different opinion on the Pack-a-Punch in the new game than you do. But
I
that's
love the new
personal.
Pack-a-Punch.
So I mean, there's a lot to it. So go ahead and like the video for us. If you don't like it, dislike it. That's fine by us.
Let's see it.
I mean, I don't mind someone
Hey,
disliking it.
they say any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, you know what? If you dislike it, go ahead and just let us know why you disliked it. You know, did I talk too much? Did I not let him talk enough? Or did he talk too much and not let me talk enough?
Honestly, I probably talk too much because this is my subject.
Yeah, I mean, we're not just doing Call of Duty Zombies on our videos. We had Thanksgiving dinner for you guys on Thanksgiving earlier.
And I'm
tonight.
still full.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm happy.
By the way, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna take that due because I'm editing like 3 videos tonight.
Yeah, no, if you're good. So I mean, it's like it's not a big deal. You know, we have other content. If you're like, well, I don't really want to listen to you guys talk about Call of Duty games. That's fine. We talk about other things. We've talked about Disney movies. We've had taco challenges. We've had talks
Fortnite,
about
and Battle Royale in general.
We talk about games because it's a big part of our life. It's a big part of our following. The people that follow us do enjoy us talking about games.
Our buddies, Wills, Coco, which Josh doesn't really know Coco much, but I do.
I've met him a couple times.
Me
He's a
and
nice guy.
Coco.
I like Coco.
As soon as I heard Coco watching my videos, I'm like, you know what, let me watch them and see if I have any faults so I can try to improve on them.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing I've noticed, especially in the last video that I uploaded on Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. No, it was Saturday. It was for the first episode of 2 Do Before Do. I put a video saying, hey, thanks, this is basically what it is. I noticed, for one, I don't look at the camera. 2, I can't help this. I have a lazy eye. I can't help it. It bothers me. It really bothers me.
Yeah. I honestly, we had a discussion when we first made this channel. It was whether or not we're going to have just a still background or if we're actually going to do a video like we do now. And we did both of them, and we both agreed that the video of us actually moving and looking at each other and looking at you is more captivating than just looking at a picture.
Yeah.
Not to say that you wouldn't listen to us if we were just talking, but for that kind of feature, we would need a whole different kind of setup.
It makes me feel that I'm talking to a different person. It helps because I'm trying to stare at a camera. Now, when I was doing those recordings for the intro to that, saying what it is, I was going all off of head, so I was thinking really hard what to say, so I wouldn't mess up and slur and have to redo the entire thing.
Yeah.
So
maybe you guys have a problem with our lighting and stuff. We're working on it, guys. We're in the transition of moving at all times. We're constantly upgrading. We're constantly trying to make this better for you guys.
As I said on the Thanksgiving video, which this is going to upload probably somewhere in as we said, January.
Yeah.
That's when the zombies start coming out. By that time, by that time, I will be completely moved out. I mean, heck, this is my last day in this house. Yeah. I am moving out most of my stuff tomorrow.
Right.
So,
guys,
this is the last day of this man cave.
No, it will be around.
That sign will be there, but not this.
So, guys, if you're like, hey, I just wish you guys had better quality. We're working on quality, getting it better. If you're like, well, I love the way you guys are. Well, why aren't you sharing us? Like, I have not seen a post like, hey, you guys should check these guys out. I listen to a podcast And I'm constantly telling people when I find something funny that they do, I go, dude, you gotta listen to these guys. They're hilarious.
Yeah, he is definitely recommended the Sofa King podcast.
Maybe it's just us. We're just not that entertaining. I don't know. I kind of find our conversation entertaining.
I mean, every person that I have shown it to and seen it, they've enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I mean, most people I've talked to, they're like, no, it's a great show.
Now it could be like, oh, it's not your kind of subject, you know.
Yeah, and obviously we're catering to a different kind of audience. That's why we're always trying to broaden our. That's why we're always asking for input from you guys.
Like,
what do you want to see?
Perfect example. My buddy Colton, he put a comment on our PC versus Mac video.
Very great comment.
Very great comment, may I add.
Yeah.
He pointed everything out because I knew Colton would do that. But I also knew that was the type of video Colton would watch.
Yeah, he kind of touched on some stuff that we actually just barely dabbled on, and he just expounded on it
because he knows about it.
He knows more than we could research in that short amount of time.
I had no idea. I was just going off what I knew, and he's like, "You guys were kind of off on this. You were on the right idea, but for the virus part, you guys were 100% right."
Yeah,
which I knew I was because I knew that.
Yeah, I had done research on it, and I was like, honestly, it's not about that anymore. It used to be, but not anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean. Those are the kind of guys that we have, and if you're following us too, you know who you are. We like talking to you guys. We're trying to broaden our horizons a little bit, try and catch some extra people, do some different subjects. So if you're like, man, why are you guys straying away from, like, we're going to do a 4-part series on Call of Duty Zombies. Well,
maybe even more
during this whole holiday season that's coming up, we're probably not going to touch zombies at all. We're probably not even going to touch games.
What are we talking? Christmas, holiday, whatever you want to call it.
You may be like, well, the whole Christmas season, I didn't listen to you guys because I hate Christmas. Well, that's fine.
But do you too?
Yeah, but I personally love Christmas. I enjoy it, and there's some great content out there for us to talk about.
Now I don't know what we'll do for next Christmas because we're going all out this Christmas.
Well, next Christmas, we'll have a whole different set of features. We'll have new things to talk about.
Yep.
I mean, by then we'll be different, obviously. Yeah. But if you're like, well, I just couldn't listen. Well, hey. your time's now.
Yep.
So we really do need ideas in comments. We need guys sharing like, hey, if you have questions, any question.
We're trying to get a Q&A, but we're not getting any questions.
Yeah,
We'd love to have a Q&A.
Any kind of question, William, Nicholas, Colton, anybody,
Webdell.
Any question, Webdell, any question.
Coco, you got any questions?
I know you guys have funny questions. Go ahead and ask them because we're gonna answer them. And we'll answer them honestly.
As much as I can be,
Honestly. I mean, guys.
Hopefully.
Any question.
Let's. I know my friends here. We won't do anything.
Any question, guys.
Not any question.
Hey, you may not get the answer you want, but we're gonna try and read them.
I know.
It's got to be YouTube friendly, guys.
I know you guys. It will be crude.
Which Mountain Dew is your favorite? We've already discussed that.
We got a video on that.
But we also have personal favorites that aren't in that section.
Yeah.
We've had new Mountain Dew flavors. Personally, what was the worst experience of your life? I have a very bad experience in 5th grade.
We'll do one episode. We should do all, worst school years.
Well, this isn't school year. That's the problem. This happened outside of school, but in my
worst
5th grade
school
year.
experiences. How about that?
That would be fine.
Because, 4th grade year.
So if you want to hear about my bad 5th grade situation, go ahead and leave a comment. Be like, I want to hear about Josh's bad 5th grade.
Do you want to hear the?
I know there's a guy out there that already knows about it, and I'm hoping he doesn't watch this video because he will be like, "Yep, you gotta tell it." I don't really 100% want to, but I will if you guys ask for it.
My friends, I actually just recently ranted on this for a good hour and a half to my friends, maybe a month ago. To this day, I still hate that teacher because of it. Worst teacher ever.
You shouldn't talk about Sister Russell like that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She's not a bad teacher. I'm just messing with you. No, I think I know who you're talking about. But
4th grade year was horrible.
I mean, you had a lot of problems, man.
No, the 4th grade teacher was the worst. Honestly. I had to miss
by problems. You had a lot of problems with her.
Yeah. I was saying all my surgeries and stuff.
I actually had a great 5th grade teacher. The only thing I didn't like was that she made me write. If I was caught doing something wrong, I had to put my name on the board, and when you put your name on the board during recess, you had to write sentences. I hate that crap.
I don't think I've ever told you this story, so
I hope you guys comment saying tell it because I want to hear it. I mean, I can comment. Something in my throat.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's the end of this episode, guys. We've kind of told you what we feel. Next episode, Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Yeah, I would say maybe next video, but I don't know because we have.
Well, the next part of the video.
Eventually, when we start uploading the zombies videos, yeah, because already as it is, I have 14 gigs of videos ready to be uploaded. Will be ready to be rendered to be uploaded. But we don't know when this is coming through because we are skipping all of the ways. Do okay?
I lost it. Fingers.
Rip. As I said, we're skipping. We're going all the way through December with fresh video ideas. So
I mean, you guys, any video ideas, anything you got, any tips, anything, comment section is below. Hit it up. Hit that, smash that like button.
or dislike button.
Or dislike
But he
button.
said it.
We have an Instagram. We have a Twitter.
They're down on the Instagram.
We have 97 followers on Instagram. Thank you all for following us. If you're
We
watching,
have 1 follower on Twitter. Technically, we had 5, but they were all porn bots.
that is a problem with Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh well. Discussion for another time.
Yep.
So guys, again, thank you so much for stopping by.
Make sure you subscribe, hit the little notification bell on the side.
Hope this was a good hour and 20 minutes of your life, not wasted.
Most likely is.
Likely, if you're listening to us. No. So for Lightly Food and
2 dudes with do.
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
And how do you do?
I'll play me some zombies.
I'm so tired, man.